Hi, my name is Paul Hansen, and I'm going to be reading from this wonderful memoir called Please Send Hats, written by Laura Clark-Hansen. And the excerpt I'm going to be reading is from a chapter on hair loss. My sisters, nieces, and girlfriends had been chomping at the bit to get involved. Holding them at arm's length had been difficult for me and terribly hard on all of them. Finally, the opportunity had arrived to welcome them into my treatment journey. Hats. Please send hats. And they did. Hats arrived, one after another. I had hats for every mood, every circumstance, and every season. Warm hats, cool hats, exotic hats, and bizarre hats. I watched and waited for the transformation to begin. I checked the mirror several times a day and heard echoes of my mother encouraging me to be patient. A watched pot never boils. I learned that hair loss wasn't something that happened all at once. One day there, the next day gone. I was told that it was often a patchy and messy process. It might coat the tub or fill my brushes or drift across the pillow where my restless head tossed. It was now just a matter of losing it. I learned that the reason why some forms of chemotherapy cause people to lose their hair is because the chemicals destroy the fast-growing cells, and hair cells are one of those fast growers. Since the powerful drugs can't tell the difference between healthy, fast-growing hair cells and unhealthy, fast-growing cancer cells, it destroys them both. A couple of weeks after my second treatment, at the very end of January, it began. While in the shower with the water pounding my tense shoulders, I stood transfixed holding a clot of wet hair. And I was flooded with relief. It occurred to me that the chemotherapy must be working. If it was killing my hair follicles, I reasoned, then it must be killing the other offensive cells, the cancer cells. I wondered if it was time to call Anne again. Was I ready to get the full meal deal, the clean shave? Paul's vote was no. I was confused. He'd been such a rock. I wondered if my hair loss was his Achilles heel. Was this going to be his breaking point, I asked myself? Was this going to make the whole thing just too real for him? I can do it, he stated with unwavering confidence. You want to shave my head? I asked, stunned. Yeah, he smiled. Yeah, I do. He purchased a Remington precision hair clipper that promised to give a superior cut every time, and used Lady Schick for the big finish. He found some sweet-smelling shaving gel with a special moisturizer at Walgreens. This was another of cancer's gifts. The experience was intensely emotional. Truly, the only thing more intimate than having sex or sharing a meal is shaving a loved one's head. By the third treatment, I was completely hairless. The last to go were my eyebrows and eyelashes. I felt strangely slick and clean, like a dolphin or an eel. It had never occurred to me that the process would kill hair everywhere, even in the secret, unseen places. I didn't have to shave my underarms or legs again for months, and it's the first and only time I've ever had a Brazilian. Ah, the gifts of cancer.